Hello everybody. I am the AverageGDPlayer, and as you can see, we are not playing Geometry Dash today. I figured I would play a little Minecraft, maybe spice up the channel a bit. For the keen viewers of mine, I have not posted in 3 years. It's been a while, but I figured I would give it another shot because I have some, time on my hands and I enjoy creating content. So this is the first of hopefully many series and many games to come. This is one of my personal favorite mod packs of all time. I've played it a few times in the past. I played it a little bit recently, but we will be starting fresh for this. I'm not going to throw you in the middle of something random. So yeah, we'll be completely starting from scratch here. Yeah, as you can see, I've got a few worlds. One thing to mention, I do have an extra mod called Simply Unbreakable. Or not. Maybe it's not in here. I could have sworn oh, yes, there we go. Unbreakable. So any item with damage, like durability, does not take damage. Obviously RF is not affected, blah, blah, blah. But I do that because it helps me streamline the process of playing this game. You know, if I spend a lot of time trying to get new tools and do this and that and whatnot, it takes a bit of time, and it is frankly kind of annoying. If you consider that cheating, that's fine. I don't, but I can understand if that is not your cup of tea. I will be playing with it. You know, if enough people complain about it, might turn it off. Whatever. We're going to go ahead and create a new world. I am going to name this... let's go something cheesy. Turnia. Sounds kind of cool. Don't hate the name. We'll go ahead and turn on cheats and a bonus chest, just in case I get in a scenario in which case I need it. I won't be using them much. I mean, like if I get stuck in bedrock or something, you know, like some external circumstance, or I accidentally delete an item or something like that, I may give it back, but the majority of this playthrough will not be using those. Kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new world. Okay, world is created. We are in the world. Not a terrible spawn, I don't think. We're gonna find out, I guess. Hopefully there's some kind of village nearby or something that's interesting. Let's not worry about that right now. One thing about this mod pack is you start with an absurd amount of books. So I am going to go ahead and combine all these books into the tome. It basically holds all your books. For instance, let's put the integrated dynamics book and the XNet manual in there. And then what you can do is you can open it up and select one of them. You can also left click to return it back to its state. That way you can hold all of your guidebooks in one, and you don't have to have an inventory like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of those books into the tome real quick, and I will be back after that. And okay, there we go. All of the books are now in the tome. I'm going to go ahead and default set it to the quest book for now. And if I need anything else specifically, I'll go ahead and swap it over. This pack has an absurd amount of content. If we go ahead and open the quest book, ooh, that's concerning. Not important though. Well, I guess you can't see it right now. Once we get into some more of these tabs, you'll see just how many quests. I think it's over 5,000. There is a very large amount of quests to do. I don't plan on beating this pack anytime soon, and in fact this ideally would be a long-term project. This mod pack is extremely long, but it's very automation heavy and focused. Ooh, major lag spike there. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. Starting out, you have all those books. They also give you a set of Faraday armor. I'm not sure why, but it is appreciated. You know, I mean, maybe I have a slightly higher chance at survival. They give you a heart bauble. I know you can put heart canisters into this, if I'm not mistaken. For now, though, let's go ahead and clear the slot and just keep it in our bauble slot. It shouldn't do anything right now, I don't believe. It doesn't have anything in it. No, but as the series progresses, we'll get more of those, and we can put them in there, hopefully increasing our health. This is supposed to hold the book, or I guess was supposed to hold the books that they throw at you at the beginning of the series. But because we have the tome, we can just put them in there. Which effectively leaves us with a starting backpack, which is surprisingly nice. They also give you these 5 pieces of paper, which give you some extra info on the pack. Initial survival will be hard. That's fine. We're expecting that. There is a trash can up here in which you can put things in, and it will delete them. You know, haha, funny. They gave me a shit ton of books. That's fun. Okay, so there is a keybind for the quest book, and that can be reorganized if you so please. You can claim and chunk load areas from the top left of your inventory screen. So I assume they mean this. We're not going to claim anything right now. I am not playing on a server. I'm playing single player, so I don't think that's necessary, but I may do it just to be redundant. Go ahead and check our chests real quick. Got a scoop. That could be interesting. That is nice, actually. That will allow us to skip the nights. I think I need that at some point. We'll take that and put it in the tome. We'll definitely take the food and the pickaxe. And I don't think I need any more of this. Let's go ahead and check the uses for the scrap metal. Maybe some iron nuggets, some weapons down the line. Looks like we're generally okay. That shouldn't be that hard to get. These drop from a lot of mobs, so we won't grab those right now. I will put some food there. I am going to kill some sheep, though, as soon as I get some tools. But yeah, let's do the age-old tradition and start chopping down a tree. It's where every good Minecraft playthrough begins. Oop, that was loud. Okay, and there's our first quest, too. I assume it was to get a single log, but we'll check that in a bit. For now, we're just going to go ahead and finish mining this tree and make some stone tools. Like I mentioned, tools are unbreakable, so I only have to make them once. Don't think we need to chop down the whole tree, so we're not going to go ahead and do that. From what I remember, most recipes are normal. While this is technically an expert pack, it doesn't really change the beginning recipes, which I very much appreciate. We already have the pickaxe, so we're going to go ahead and mine some of the stone we need. So we'll start off with the stone pickaxe, and then we'll mine the rest of the stone necessary. I'm going to go ahead and get enough for a full set, so sword, shovel, axe, hoe, and pickaxe, along with a furnace. That way we can cook some food if we find it along the way. So all of that together should be about 16. Okay, we'll go ahead and start making the tools. So we have the pickaxe, we need the axe, hoe, shovel, and then we also need a sword. We'll go ahead and craft the furnace. Keep that in our inventory for now. We'll go ahead and organize this a little bit. Perhaps like so. Yeah, okay. We no longer need this pickaxe, so we'll go ahead and trash that. I'm here anyway, so I'm going to make a torch. And I'm going to mine what I can. Can't mine runium. Not yet. We'll go ahead and mine the copper ore. I believe excavator is installed. I mean, you just saw me use it. I believe it's installed by default. But I have had this pack for a while, so I may have installed it myself. If it is not default, then I do have it installed, and I plan to use it. It saves me a little time. Plus, it's fun. It's very satisfying to see it happen. Tiger wood. Nah, we don't need that. Alright, we're going to pick up the crafting table now that I've got my tools. We'll go ahead and dump some stuff in here. And I'm going to go find those sheep. I know they're here somewhere, but I am... Ah, hello. I have found you. Okay. Luckily, we only need to kill a few. We don't need to kill too many. Food is not sparse. I mean, it's not abundant either, but it isn't enough that we need to really worry about it right now. So the food that they drop should be enough. Ew, gross. That's actually useful though. I will take those. Okay, cool. Go ahead and pick those torches back up. So yeah, we have 3 white wool, so if the sleeping bag breaks or doesn't work for some reason, we have an alternative. That way we can sleep through the night. I noticed this astral sorcery structure over here, and I figured we would check it out. If I remember correctly, these have chests somewhere, so we're going to dig around a bit and see if maybe I can't find that chest. Get some goodies off bat. Could be fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and if I can get up there, block that water off. We'll take that too, because those are fun. Okay, let's start here maybe. Oh wait, I can read my. Aha. Yeah, okay. Ooh, not bad. Aquamarine is good too. We'll take the bones and the glowstone and the iron. That's a great start. Okay. We'll go ahead and pick that up and throw some stuff in the bag. You know, keep my inventory not cluttered. Like so. I need to put that in the tome. Put that away. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and turn that into the tome real quick. Put the Botania book in there. We'll keep the wool on hand. And we'll switch that back to the quest book. So this area is a bit messed up now, but that's okay. I am seeing a pop-up in the top right. It says prior. I guess that would be page down. Page up. Okay, we don't need that. Ooh, that is gorgeous. And there's a temple up there. Maybe we make our way up there. For now, though, it is sunset, so, or the sun is setting. Ooh, yikes, gnarly. So we are going to try and sleep through the night. And then tomorrow we will begin our search for a place to call home. Okay, waking up. Yep, we woke up. Okay, brain completely stopped working there, but that's okay. We don't need it. I grabbed some sugarcane that I found along the... I assume this is a lake, I guess? Whatever it is, it's pretty, and that's what matters. This mud is quite annoying. It slows me down a bit, so we're going to hop off that. I don't think we need the FPS counter, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay, I may have made a small mistake. When I was trying to turn off the FPS counter, I accidentally ended up pausing my recording. Unfortunately, when I was done turning off the FPS counter, I forgot to press play on the footage. Luckily, this wasn't too large of a problem, since I recognized my mistake only a few minutes later. Nothing too important happened in those few minutes, but regardless, I'm here to explain what happened in the missing time. Okay, so this is where we cut. I decided to recreate kind of my journey. That way you could have a better visual indicator of what's happening. We were walking through the forest, looking for anything of interest. In this clip I run into a mob, so I guess just ignore that. Once we made it to the plateau, I decided to explore a bit into the plateau to see what it maybe had in store. I noticed a few structures in the distance, including that battle tower. Forgive the shaders, they were having a hard time. But what really caught my attention was actually the village. And you can see it on the horizon. Maybe not on the horizon. You can see it here in front of us. I made my way over to it, and the first thing that I ran into was the rubber tree farm. It reminded me of GregTech. I knew it had a chest in GregTech, so I figured it did here too, specifically this one. I went ahead and I looted it. There was a tree tap and I think some rubber saplings in there. Nothing too crazy. The next thing that caught my attention was the immersive engineering house. So I went ahead and I walked over to it. and in front of the house were two immersive engineering crates. They essentially act as shulker boxes. So I went ahead and grabbed them. After that, I made my way into the house, and I believe there was one in here as well. So I took that with me. I sorted my inventory out a little bit because it was getting messy, put some stuff in the crates, and took them with me. At this point, it was almost nighttime. So I went ahead and I made my way back to the plateau because I already had a semblance of an idea that I was going to settle there. I didn't know for sure, but I wanted to at least check it out and make sure it was suitable. So as I continued over here, like I said, it was becoming nighttime, so I pulled out my sleeping bag and I went ahead and I believe I put down my crafting table, but I could have also not. It's not too important. And then I went ahead and used it. I would like to clarify that by it, I meant my sleeping bag. Again, I'm sorry for the sudden cut, but I felt it was necessary to at least explain what happened. I'm still new to this whole recording thing, which is why this even happened in the first place, but I'll do my best not to let it happen again. With that explanation out of the way, let's get back to the video. Okay, I am back. Unfortunately, I forgot to unpause my recording, so you missed a few things. I set down my storage crates. I found some rose bushes over there, and I used them to dye my bed red. It's nostalgic, you know, I prefer the color, frankly, over to the modern white beds. They are cool. They're not really my style. I grew up on the red one, so I'm going to keep it that way. We're going to go ahead and just take a look at the quest book now. Now that we're situated, we're settled. Maybe do a little bit of clearing. We'll clear some grass, maybe get rid of some of this dirt, get a nice space area that we can start building in. Building isn't my first priority, but I think it's a good start, so we may do that anyway as the first task. I'm not sure. Maybe a good first way to cap off this episode, but we'll find out in a second, I guess. For now, that is not the correct keybind. It is K. We're going to start reading. So we are in we're in a tab. Probably, Dimensional Ascension, yes. Okay, Powerful Knowledge. Blah, blah, blah. Click the red X to complete it. The equations make sense. String theory is true. We indeed live in a universe that has more dimensions than we can perceive. This means that it is theoretically possible to travel through these dimensions. Time to start looking at some ways to prove this theory. Nobel Prize, here I come. I think I've seen this one before. I'm not sure this goes very well. I guess we're going to find out. I am not going to clutter my inventory with those yet, so we'll leave that unclaimed. The Great Questers. Okay, so they did some work. That's fun. Thanks for playing. Aw, that's nice. Cosmic Meatballs. Don't mind if I do. Those have an absurd amount of hunger value, right? Yeah. Oh, those aren't too bad to make either. Can I use it for something? Callstones. Compression. Okay, yeah, so they will be useful, but for now they'll just serve as a nice food source. Ooh, that's strange. Okay. Okay, there it is. I found a way to use these higher dimensions to produce rifts, spherical in shape. Not sure that makes sense, but okay. That allow to travel through space. Whew, reading. Who knows what great advancements such a discovery would cause? Today is the day. I will be the first human to open a wormhole. Some more food. We're not going to grab this quite yet. But we will check the box. This is a story about portals and space-time, but all this cool and powerful stuff is not necessarily good for the fabric of reality, which may freeze and break from time to time. Oh, okay. So, okay. I will take those carrots. That'll be useful to get planted. Okay, so we need to be careful with how we automate. We can't just willy-nilly spam stuff. That's okay. Luckily, I have a decently beefy computer, so anything spec-wise should be fine. We won't have to worry too much about that. Although maybe anything on their end will still affect us. We'll see. Worst case, we scale back or figure out a workaround or something. You know, there's plenty of solutions to this problem. It needs a stick, huh? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out and start placing them in to my crates. Keep my backpack open and ready for when I need it. Okay. We need a stick though, which I don't have, but I do have wood. So we'll start there and we'll just make a thing of sticks. Okay. Where the fuck am I? Okay. Good question. Mobs are dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The wormhole opened, but something went wrong. The rift started growing in size and I touched it. Not the smartest move, but okay. Now I am here, but where is here? It seems like I landed on a planet that is similar to Earth. The air is easily breathable and there's life, but the wormhole is now closed, so I'm stuck here. The main priority now is to survive. I guess it's time to make some tools and to get some food. After what I've discovered, I will not die here. I will take the free 32 potatoes. That could be also fun. Okay. Stick. Let's see here. So it wants me to retrieve a crafting table. I don't necessarily have to craft it. That's nice. That's my only complaint with Craig Tech, is some of those quests are crafting quests. Wooden pickaxe. I don't need it. Okay. First death. I have not died quite yet, but I am sure we will return to that tab at some point. You unlock more pages as you progress. Personal augmentation. Okay, this just breaks down what the sections mean. I'm sure we'll figure it out. It wants me to make a sign, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. May experience an endless death animation. To fix it, use this quest reward. I'm not sure I need that yet, but if we come across that bug, we will attempt to use that. One, change game rules for client. Set the game rule to this. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, should be good then. Okay, so we need to get some cobblestone now. So where I want my mine, I'm not sure. I could probably use this. There's water over by the village, so I don't need to worry too much about this. Let's break out the stone shovel. Do a little terrascaping. Terraforming? Terraforming, not terrascaping. I'm not sure what that is, but... Okay, for now, something like that, maybe? And then I want to fill in the water, so we're going to pull this back a little bit. Make it look a little more natural. Don't want it to be too rigid. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fill this in. I don't have the resources needed for that right now, but yeah, this needs to be removed anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay, finishing up here, we'll go ahead and get the last little bit of that, and we'll get this shrub out of the way too. Luckily we have fast decay in this pack, so we don't have to worry too much about doing it manually or waiting for hours or, you know, whatnot. I I do want to fill this in, but it kind of defeats the purpose of mining that. It's fine, we have time. We'll go ahead and fill this in now. I'm not actually sure I have enough here either, but worst case, we go mine some more. Luckily, dirt is not exactly rare, so shouldn't be too much of a problem or a pain in the ass or anything like that. Those could be useful later. Okay, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Jeez. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, let me turn down that volume. That's a little loud for YouTube. Okay, that should be a bit better. You can probably hear it in the background, but that's not too terrible, I don't think. We'll go ahead and chop down the nearby trees so I can get a clear view of where I am and what I need to cut down. Or cut back, I suppose. So, that's interesting. That's going to be a bit of a pain to fill. What saplings are these? Willow saplings. Oh, that's right. Thaumcraft is in here. Oh, that's fun. Go ahead and fill up on that really quick. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Well, I guess I need to. We'll start here for now. I'm gonna mine some of this. That'll let me finish the second section when I started mining, but it will hopefully let me fill in the the first section as well. We shall see. I guess I don't want to be peeling that back because it kind of just, well, actually, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. That is quite the annoying sound. It sounds like something out of Shin Megami Tensei 3, but yeah, fuck it. Okay. Ooh, pear. Dude, low-key a pear sounds kind of good right now, though. Ooh, I hate these things. Low-key, we gotta kill a lot of them later, though. If I remember correctly, you can just use the mob replicator, though, so it's not too bad. Okay, we are out of storage. Wow. I think I have a chest in here somewhere. See. Okay, we're going to pull out the dirt. Okay. Well, it's not much, but okay. And now we wait for the grass to spread. Looks a little patchworky right now, but soon it will look pretty decent. I'm gonna finish filling this in, and I will be right back. Okay, now that we're finished with that, we can actually start the mine. I'm thinking probably a 3 wide. That's not necessary by any means, but it should help with the resource collection. I'll have a bit of cobblestone to work with when we start building, which will be helpful. I'm not sure what I want the house to look like, and frankly the most important part is actually going to be the basement, in which I put all my machinery and whatnot. At some point you do get access to a void dimension, if I remember correctly, but this is relatively later. Or I should say relatively late, so we're not going to think about that too hard right now. We're going to actually open this up so I'm not bonking my head, but that should complete the quest for cobblestone. We could get these stone rods. If I remember, yeah, you can make stone torches. That's not bad. We may grab those later. For now, we're okay. Yeah, this is probably worth it. Like they mentioned, there's specific radioactive ores, and those can have some significant negative effects on a person. Shocker, I know. Radiation is bad. But it is what it is. Okay, we'll go and go craft those into paper. Oop, come back. And we'll just store them for now. We may need them later. I'm going to change my keybind. My muscle memory is too used to the grave key. Okay, and we are back. And now the proper key is set. So golden carrots get rid of radiation. You can put this on some armor. That's nice. The main thing I care about is Geiger counter. So, yeah, okay. If I remember correctly, yeah, you can place it in a bubble slot, and if something is radioactive near you, such as the nuclear craft wasteland, or something like the yellorium ore, it will start, making the noise the Geiger counter makes. Yeah, that's how they sound. Totally. Anyway. We need some torches. Well, do I want to mine right now? I'm not sure. Let's continue looking in the quest book. Whoa. What? Okay. Well, we can sacrifice a coal for that. I don't even have to craft the rods either. Okay, we'll put my normie torches away. We'll also put the golden carrots in there. Oh, that's strange. Okay, I suppose. I guess because it removes radiation, they changed it? I'm not sure. Either way. Okay, I don't particularly need the cobblestone, but I will take it. It is nice to have. Put those up too. I believe I've made a furnace. Yes. Okay. I'm going to plop that down. Tiny coal. That could be particularly useful at some point. Minerals. Okay. Looks like I'm going to need to get into mining for that. But I think I'm actually going to call that here. I think we've gotten a nice place to settle down. We've got some basic resources towards the beginning. We've got a set of tools. And we kind of have a outlook on what's happening next. We'll start tackling some quests in the next episode. We'll go on a mining trip at some point. Maybe do a little building, depending on how much time we have. But I think that's a good first episode. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, obviously like and subscribe. I don't want to be that guy. I hate when YouTubers plug that. It just feels so forced, but it really does help. So yeah, if you feel like supporting me, frankly, all I can ask is that you even watch the videos. But if you want to take a step further, then yeah, like and subscribe. Okay, this is the AverageGDPlayer, and I'm out.